A pleasant good night to everyone. I am Lyrical Evangelist and welcome back to my channel. I just thank God so much for this beautiful view. Again, the Bible says in Psalms 24, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, the world and they that dwell therein, right? But tonight I want to, it's something that's bothering me, something that's really blending in my spirit right now, and I need to get it off my chest. And I need to ask this question. Why do we feel the need or why are we so entertained when people fall? Why are we so entertained? Why do we see it as entertainment, as joy? Why do we all of a sudden want to share it and want to talk about it and have discussions when people fall? Why are we so eagerly anticipating the demise of others? And I'm not even just talking about in terms of ministry wise. And even just talking about that, talking about in all spheres, in terms of in politics, we could go entertainment, we could go even wrestling. Like there's just this notion that they want to see. You see, Kanye West had this line, and it's something that I've basically adopted. First they love you, then they hate you, then they love you again. We just have this propensity to want to see people fall, and I really don't understand it. The Bible says a righteous man falls 7 times and get back up again. But we want them to fall, and most times we don't even want them to get back up. Sometimes they just want to see these people fall to prove a point and say, yeah, he wasn't no man of God, yeah, she wasn't such and such, look how she gonna get pregnant. Sometimes you try to discard people like there's nothing, or they don't have a comeback, when you forget the Bible talk about the prodigal son. You forget the Bible talk about the prodigal son. Even though he was down there eating the pig food, living with the pigs, he was still accepted. And Jesus gave that as a reference to us. You see, if you understand that entire passage, you understand that Jewish people had no dealings with pig and swine. That is like the worst thing. A pig, and to be so close to that is how the parable is literally showing you how low you could get. And still he was accepted. He was hugged. A robe was placed over him and a ring was placed on his finger. You understand? But sometimes we treat people like, yeah, that is it for them. One mistake and that is it. Strike and you're out. Your ministry dead. You want to hear from you again. This, that. Where is the grace? Why you want to see people fall that bad? You would never share things when the person, engaging and doing good stuff and things. But as soon as that person make a mistake, you're ready to crucify them. You're ready to throw stones at them. You hypocrite. First take out the... Remember what Jesus said? First take out the beam that is in your eye, and see got to take out the mold that's in your brother's eye. Now we all make mistakes, and this is by no means a justification or me justifying sin. Because I ain't doing that. You understand? But we all make mistakes. The Apostle Paul said in Romans, the evil that I do not want to do, that I do. The good that I want to do, that I don't do. You understand? He's basically saying, wait, the good I want to do, I'm not going to do it. And the evil I don't want to do, that I'm doing. So it's showing that he is showing his humanity at work there. He is wrestling. He is wrestling with the flesh. He is wrestling just like you and I wrestle when somebody talk out of time and we want to be petty, just like how some of us wrestle when we go scrolling through Instagram and we see that half naked girl. We wrestle with this thing. We wrestle with the reality of, you know what? This is sin. This is something the flesh wants, and this is something that God wants. And it's a constant tug of war. Sometimes some people make the mistake, sometimes they don't. But when they make the mistake, what about rehabilitation? What about counseling? What about James 5:16? Confess your faults one to another and pray for one another. But instead of when the person confess their faults, so you're going and post it on Facebook, on Instagram, you're going sending it in the group chat, you're going talking about the person. What kind of... That is real failure. That is real failure. Where is the grace for that people? Sometimes somebody could come and tell you something, and instead that they all the while when they're telling you it, you listening and you can't wait to tell your friend what this person telling you. You can't wait. This person is basically giving you a piece of their soul, this secret, this burden that they're carrying. And all the while, the only thing you probably thinking is, I can't wait to show my brethren this scene. I can't wait to show my mother this scene. My mother told this person was good. This person sleeping around. This person, doing things. You understand what I'm saying? Where is the grace sometimes? Again, I say this is by no means a justification for sin. I'm just making a point. Why do we want to see people fail so much? Sometimes we look at ministers and pastors higher than you ought to. Sometimes you put people on a pedestal. Sometimes you really do put people on a pedestal and make it feel like, you know what, this person can't live a normal life because they are under so much scrutiny. That's why so many pastors' children are rebelling, because they grew up in such an order that, you know what, everybody in the church watching them, they can't play hopscotch or anything with their friends. They're supposed to have on the long dress, or they're supposed to be in the suit, and they're supposed to be reciting the Old Testament and the New Testament. They're not allowed to go outside and play cricket. They're not allowed to go and have a little fun with their friends, and they end up resenting church, and they end up sometimes resenting God. You understand what I'm saying? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? And that's speaking to me too, because at one point in time, as you know, I wasn't always like this. I used to look at people like that and say, failure. Especially if I knew a few people who was in ministry before, and you know, I look at them and I know they're sleeping around while they're doing things. I just, you know, but who am I to judge? At the end of the day, the Bible says to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. You know what that means? That means what them doing. I had to work out my salvation with fear and trembling. I had to work out my salvation with fear and trembling. You have to work out your salvation with fear and trembling. You can't work it out for your mother or for your children. You have to work out, everybody has to work out their own salvation with fear and trembling. Right? You'll have a blessed night.